we are back, and we are at our 50th episode. I cannot believe it.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and so we will be doing, per usual, the tradition has become doing the standout decks from the prior year. We're a little late, but that tracks for 3 girls. It's fine, right? So hello to everybody in the chat, Lara, Aquamarine18, Emma the Gray, anyone else coming in, and of course watching the playback. So yes, standout decks of 2025. This will be, it could be tarot, it can be oracle. It is not limited to decks solely acquired in 2025, but just ones that we felt were standout decks. So am I missing anything? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Right. I think Sarah is up first. And for me, they're not really in any order.
Yeah. Me neither. Yeah.
Maybe the last one will be my favorite, but predictable. But anyway.
I already know what it's going to be, but
that's I know you know.
I probably have that deck with me, but spoiler, but it's not my favorite, but it's one of my 5.
Mine are genuinely in no particular order because I honestly couldn't pick out a favorite. So, but you will not be surprised at this first one that I'm going to show. So, so yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. So my first deck that I am going to show, this was like my BFF at the beginning of this year, and that is the Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle. And like straight up for the first several, like for the last month of 2024 and the first couple of months of 2025, this deck was like straight up my BFF. And I actually don't even have the full deck to show right now because for the first time ever this year, I decided that I was going to do envelope readings. And I actually included this deck in my envelope readings because it was one of those situations where like I had worked with it so much for like such a concerted like period of time earlier in the year that I didn't want to like do that again, but I also wanted to just sort of like have it be in my life, on a somewhat limited but consistent basis over the course of the year. So I put a card from this deck in each of my envelope readings. But I just love this deck. I love the artwork. Like, I'm sorry, but I need to show this guy again because look at how hilarious this guy is. I'm sorry, but this deck is freaking adorable. It's so cute and weird. And the messages are actually, I don't know, they're always interesting. They give me something interesting to think about and work with. They're quite pithy. They're not, they're not the sort of obvious messages that you get in a lot of other oracle decks. They give you something actionable. So it's not just a keyword like, like community or something like that. It's like, tend to your partnerships, for example. It's like an actionable little get untangled. It's an actionable little bit of advice. So beware the shame creature. I just really love this one. So this is my first one. I've greatly enjoyed it for the year, and I'm gonna continue to enjoy it in 2026. So again, Wisdom of the Wild Things. Yep. And this was a Christmas gift from Heather, just at the end of 2026, just so you know, or 2024. So that's also kind of a fun little special thing about it. So yeah.
Heather, do you have this deck yet?
No.
How do you not have this deck yet? It's so you. It's so you.
Know.
Come on.
I know. I keep looking at it, but I just haven't got around to actually buying it yet.
I hear you.
I don't really use oracles at all in 2025, which is why all of my decks are going to be tarot. So
actually, mine are too. Yeah, mine are too. Okay. Speaking of, Heather, you are up next.
So my first one is the Storyboard Tarot, which I only discovered because Julie talked about it in a 3 Girls previously. I love stories. I love stories, and I love graphic novels, which is what this very much looks like. And I really enjoy that each card is its own little self-contained story in many ways. And I love the coloring of this deck and the art style. It's just really fun to read with. So I don't have a huge amount to say about it other than I just really enjoyed it. I do, and I like that it almost like picks out the important things for you, which in some ways could be not to everybody's taste. And I don't know that I would like it in every deck, but it's like, here's the main image, and then here are a couple of things that we think you should focus on about this image almost. And it's great for journaling for that reason. It's just a really nice little fun deck to work with. And I like the cardstock. I actually really like the cardstock.
I do too. Yeah. That almost made it into my 5. Almost.
Did it?
Almost. Honorable mention. Yeah.
I will admit to being, I haven't gotten that one yet, but I will admit to being tempted by it. I think the concept of it is really fun, and I love the graphic novel style of it with the panels, and it just, I don't know. And I haven't seen another deck like that, you know, that has that manga or a graphic novel feel to the point that it literally has panels on the card. Like, I think it's really cool. So yeah, I've been very tempted.
Yeah, it is good. And it is so unique. That's one of the things I was going to say. It just feels so unique.
Yeah, love it. Okay, so Beth, Spazio Rising, our topic today is standout decks of 2025. And I guess I am
5.
Sorry?
Yeah, we're each doing 5 decks. We've each brought 5 decks.
Yes.
So
all right.
Julie's turn.
Okay, so let's do this one. So the one that I picked, and I had been using this primarily at the beginning of the year, is the Heartwood Tarot. And I am later than you two to the Three Trees Tarot game because not that I didn't love the art of, and the conceit of the other decks. I was just kind of afraid of the cardstock, honestly. But it's not a thing anymore. It's not a thing. This is great. Although, Sarah, I still really need you to come and break in this deck because it's but yeah,
it's real good.
This is so good. So good. It is kind of like one of my comfort decks. And I think you had said, Heather, that it kind of gives you a bit of like scene from, say, a horror, story or something like that.
Yeah, like gothic horror.
Gothic horror. And I can totally see that too. I can totally see that, like, oh, what took place here? That this house came to be this way, or and even so, it's just still a comfort deck for me. It's just so cozy and comforting.
Yeah, and same. But I want a novel. That is where what I realized about this deck is that every time I work with this deck, I'm desperate for the novel that goes with this deck. That doesn't exist. There isn't one, just to clarify. But
what would be super fun is if it was a novel like specifically about the story of this little mouse, and it took place, and the entire backdrop is that this house that little mouse is in is totally haunted, but like that's not the main thrust of the story, and it's just this little mouse's adventure, and he just happens to live in a haunted house.
In a haunted house, yeah.
That would actually be really fun.
Delightful.
That would be really fun.
So I don't know. I just because that's how I feel about that deck too, is that it's so warm and cozy, but it does have that just little bit of a spooky edge to it. So that makes it's my favorite Three Trees deck too. I just really love that feel. So.
Yeah. It just makes you wonder, okay, what happened here and what could possibly happen here, and yet not in a way that intimidates me or scares me.
Right. Exactly.
I just want to know. I just want to know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why is there water coming out of the paintings?
Like, what the hell is going on? That's
what's
really
going
strange.
on? And the little mouse is just like not even paying attention because he's got his own problems,
Precisely. So yes, this was definitely a standout deck for me. I'm so glad that I have a copy now. So,
and Beth is asking if any of us are excited about their spider deck coming out this year.
I
think I am too.
Yeah, I totally am. Do we know when that's coming out? Because I don't think I've seen any newsletter updates on that. No. Okay.
No, but it's this year, right? It's 2026.
I'm not sure exactly because I mean, I'm obviously not going to be getting a spider deck.
No,
that's just not happening. So I have not followed.
No, totally get it.
Yeah,
I don't normally like spiders, but I do like that particular spider. And I think we talked about that spider even before there was a concept of a spider deck, but because it just reminds me of Lucas the spider, which I adore so much.
Yes. And you guys love Lucas, and I can't even deal with Lucas. Like,
yeah, Lucas. And if the deck even put in like a little fly for the spider companion, I would be over the moon. But I know they're not related. But like,
how cool would that be, though?
I know. I also think of Lucas, though. I truly do, and that's my definitely. That's why I'm enticed by that deck. So.
Yeah. I think spiders are great, and I recognize their importance to the ecosystem, and I think we should, like, let them be and let them live their lives and like not interfere, and we can just like keep our distance, and that's how I like it. So
yep. Absolutely. Okay, so are we back to Sarah?
Yes. Yes. So let's talk about this deck. This, I don't think I've even told you girls that I got this deck. But I actually, so the deck I'm going to be talking about is the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot. And here is the thing with this deck. So it's beautiful. I realized late last year that I was just really feeling like I wanted a deck with some like winter vibes, but I've never seen one that I was really attracted to. There's decks out there that are like sort of Christmas themed or like the winter weight, stuff like that, which are great. And they're really cute and like, and fantastic, but they don't feel like the way that I experience winter necessarily. Although I love Christmas and I love Christmas kitsch and all that kind of stuff. It just wasn't really what I was looking for in a tarot. I wanted a little bit more of just like a seasonal feel with a touch of Christmas, maybe, because I do love Christmas. I love Christmas, and I celebrate it with my family, but it just wasn't quite what I wanted. And then when I saw this deck come out, this deck felt like the way I experience winter. Like, I don't know. I really loved the artwork, and I really loved the feel of it. And it really kind of felt like what I was looking for in a winter themed deck. And so I got this deck, and then I used it. Like, I've only recently put this deck down and started using a different deck. I used this deck for most of December and most of January. And so I really, really enjoy it. And see, it has Christmas in it. Like, it has some Christmas vibes to it. But it's also just very much about how the season of winter feels to me. And so yeah, I love this deck. So I've had a really good time with it. It's interesting. I feel like it most of all is just the feel of the artwork and the feel of the, I don't know. I don't know. It feels like winter, I guess. The one card in this I don't like is the sun card, because I feel like there was a totally different way that they should have gone with the sun card that I felt like was very obvious, as opposed to the way that they went with it. But it is really lovely. So anyway, this, I have slightly more complicated feelings about the oracles, which I will talk about in different videos, no doubt, but I love this tarot. So yeah.
I'm so tempted by that tarot.
It's really pretty.
Except for one thing that I feel like is going to bug me. Do you know what that is?
The edging?
No.
What?
The naming convention.
Oh.
And it's completely a me thing.
So here I have some thoughts on this, because I do feel like they could have gone a different way. Like, every single card is like 10 of Winter Swords, Winter Temperance. And like, I understand why they did that, because they're coming out with cards for other seasons too. And if you want to use them together, I can see why you might want to be like, this is the winter version of Temperance and this is this fall version of Temperance, or whatever. However, I feel like they could have done that in a much better way, other than putting winter on every single card. Like, put a snowflake in the corner. Like, there's other ways that you could have signified that without putting the word winter on every card. So you're right. I don't, that is like something I'm not a huge fan of.
You would think that even if you wanted to use them together, you would think that the artwork would speak for itself, and you wouldn't need to have a snowflake or the word winter.
Right. Well, and they all have
your cards are going to be different enough that you will be able to tell which is which.
Right. And they'll have different backs and different edging and everything. So, I mean, I feel like they could have done something different if they wanted to signify, like, this is a card from the winter version of the tarot, but it's one of those things. It's not the end of the world for me, but it is. I feel like I would have made a different choice if I was designing the deck. I'll just put it that way. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, like, as other people are saying, I'm not sure that I would even notice it, to be fair. I will now if I ever get this deck that Julie has printed it out, but I'm not sure I would have even noticed it otherwise.
That's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, why the redundancy here?
Right.
Who's the editor? Like,
Right.
so, and I'm like, oh my God, is this going to drive me batshit? Like, if I get this deck, is that the only thing I'm going to hone in on?
They could have just used a symbol. Just use a symbol. Put the symbol in there, like something different, you know. There are other things that they could have done, but it is a beautiful deck, and I really love it, and I'm excited for the fall one that's coming out. So
I don't have any of the oracles, and that was the first one where I'm like, I want that. However, you know, that little thing might annoy me personally. But I had thought the same thing, is like, oh, is this with the idea that they're thinking once all the decks are out, people want to mix and match and like whatever, in which case, again, to Heather's point, it's like, I feel like the art should be pretty obvious, like what we're in. Right. I don't know, but
exactly. Like, people are giving suggestions, like the border color, you know, the I mean, so there's like definitely different ways, because the border is actually a very pale blue. It's kind of hard to see, but it is a very pale blue, and I'm assuming it won't be that same color in the other deck. So there are definitely other ways they could have done it, and it feels kind of stupid when you're working with it. But the other thing that bothers me too, and I already mentioned this, but the sun card is midnight, which makes no, like, if you're going to do a sun card for a winter tarot, the whole point of the winter solstice is that the sun comes back. Like, why would you make midnight the sun card? It does not make sense. But so that also bothers me, but those are the only two things, really. I think it's a great pick. So
okay. I'm just still tempted by it. Like, even with that, I'm still like, it's so pretty. And every time I see it, I'm like, can I just get over it? Can I just get over myself? You know, and my silliness. So
and this is also true. Like, it's not gonna, the Christmas cards are not gonna work in the Southern Hemisphere because it's the wrong time of year. So I totally get that too. Yeah,
for sure. All right. I guess I'll think on it. Okay, Heather.
Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way now, because I don't think this is the only time you're going to see this deck. So I'm just going to get it out of the way now, and we can be done with it. I don't have a huge amount to say, and then we can move on. So Tower of the Guiding Muse is one of mine. just in case it comes up again at any point in this live. Again, I only found out about this deck because of Julie. I feel like I'm stealing Julie's thunder because I've gone first.
No.
Again, I don't have as strong feelings about it, so I don't have as much to say, but I really, again, really appreciate the art style of this deck. It's just so beautiful to look at. Again, I really like the cardstock, which I am aware is linen, and I am on record as saying I don't like linen cardstock. I'm aware of that before anyone else points it out for me.
Yep.
I do. I like the feel of it, and it's like, I think, and I might be wrong, and again, I'm happy to be corrected as always, but I feel like linen cardstock is getting better. The cross hatching is becoming less noticeable.
Interesting.
In the art. And I don't know if it's a particular type of deck that happens on, or if it's to do with the art itself and the coloring of the art. I don't really know, but it looks less like an oil painting, which I appreciate personally. But I know people love it. But yeah, I just my one thing is I wish the cards were slightly smaller.
They are big,
because they are hard to get your hands around, but the size feels like the right size in order to be able to appreciate the art properly. So I don't, it's just a compromise you have to make, I guess. But yeah, I just really like it. I just
this is Tarot of the Guiding Muse for Aquarius Tarot Adventures who asked. Yeah.
And yes, I have had my hair cut. Thanks for noticing. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say on it, because I feel like we're going to talk about it some more at some point.
Maybe. Do I have anything to replace it with? Oh, I guess I don't.
No, don't replace it.
Okay, my turn.
Julie's turn.
Let's do this one. Grateful Dead Tarot. I've just had a lot of fun with this deck. And why? What?
What?
Oh, I thought you were. I
was smiling because I love the fact that you've developed such a close relationship with this deck, despite not being a deadhead whatsoever. It is delightful to me. Like, I just think it's cool. Yeah. So
thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I doing? What's on my face?
Nothing. I just enjoy how much you enjoy this deck. I think it's cool.
I really enjoyed this deck, not being a deadhead at all. And it just goes to show how well they, thought of the conceit of this deck in terms of just making it RWS leaning, so that I don't necessarily need to know everything, which I didn't know everything. I mean, there were some symbols, of course, that are iconic to the Grateful Dead that I recognized, but I will say that not knowing any of those things, I still felt like I would be able to use this deck. And so this has kind of become my skeleton deck. And it's just, it just puts me in a good mood. It's so colorful. It's like look at this card, the dancing bear, So I've just thoroughly had a great time with this. I mean, I would say my only small gripe is that, the guidebook did make me do my own research. So if I wanted to know, what certain details were referencing, I had to actually go and look that up myself. And then I actually made notes in the guidebook so that I would remember for next time. So, things like that, like references to songs or song lyrics or an image on Jerry Garcia's guitar, whatever. So I ended up actually learning more about the Grateful Dead. I just wish I could have read it in the guidebook instead. So, and given that this is mass market, I would have thought that maybe as a mass market publisher, to have a larger reach, they would have thought to maybe put some of that information in there instead of kind of assuming that their audience is, going to be only deadheads who would have this, pre-existing knowledge. So my only gripe, but other than that, love it so much. Love it.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I think it's cool that you just like connected to the imagery so much, and the colors, and yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a surprise to me, because I remember first seeing it. Someone was doing a live and talking about it, and I was like, I really like that, but I'm not a deadhead, so I feel like such a poser if I were to get that deck. So I didn't. For the longest time, I just didn't. So well. Okay, back to Sarah.
All right. Well, so this is a deck that, did I get it this year? I think I did get it this year. Yes, I got it this year. And I think it has unique artwork, and I had a really lovely time with it. And that is the Sequer Tarot. This was one of those decks that as soon as I saw it on YouTube, the art style grabbed my eye so much, like the colors and the way that the art is done, and how it almost has this like kind of vintage printmaking style, but in addition to that, it's very modern feeling. And then in addition to that, some of the cards have much more of a like sort of medieval feel to them. It's just a cool mix of things, and it's it's just such a cool deck. And I had a really fun time working with it. I actually worked with this deck for like a couple months during the year. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So it really is just I don't know what to say about it other than it's just a cool deck. Like it's a cool like Rider-Waite-Smith style deck with a cool art style, and the colors are beautiful, and it doesn't look like the art in any other deck that I've seen. The artist has a very distinctive style, I feel like, and it's really cool and beautiful. And so yeah, I had a great time with this one. But you can see like here is a more of a medieval feeling kind of card, and then this one, it definitely has kind of a bit more of a modern vibe in certain ways, you know, like, I don't know. It's a cool deck. This Ace of Swords is so cool. So yeah, I just enjoyed this one straight up. Yeah, so it's a cool deck. That's it.
Okay.
What was it called again, Sarah?
It's called the Bon Sequitur Tarot. So like non sequitur, but with a B. So yeah. And it's by an artist named Zephyr Fotenhauer, which is just an incredible name. Yeah, it's just a really cool deck. So, and I love the backs. I love the colors. Like, I don't know, it's just really cool. So, all right.
Cool. So this one was, I'm really late to this one, I'm aware, but it was sent to me and I don't think I ever would have bought it otherwise, but it is the Spacious Tarot. I'm constantly getting decks. I have a theme with my last few decks where I'm surprised by my reaction to them because I don't think they're within my taste. Like I always say, I like decks with people in, and you know, I need more in my decks and blah, blah, blah. So to have one that is so spacious, for want of a better word, and is just so open to taking you wherever you might go and actually really enjoying it and having a really good experience with it, it was quite surprising for me. I was sent this deck as a gift from a friend. I didn't think I would love it. I thought I would give it a go and that I may end up like having it for a while and passing it on. But I've just had a really, really good time with it. Like really good time with it. I'm discovering that I don't always want it, but I am discovering that I do enjoy decks where I almost have to put myself into the artwork in some way. So, and again, I like the art style. That seems to be a theme for me this last year, is just like, decks that I just really enjoy the art style have worked really well for me. These decks look much better if the lighting is not as shit as mine is, by the way, but you're just going to have to like go with it because it's pitch black here. I don't know what to tell you. But it's beautiful. And I'm sure most of you know that because this is not exactly a new deck. And there was a period of time where it was huge and everybody was talking about it. And I was like, I'm never going to have that deck. I don't like it. It's not for me.
The thing I think about that deck is that like it feels very simple. You know, all the images feel very, very simple, but it's so smartly done that they're actually like, there's a lot going on that you get out of those images from an intuitive perspective when you really start looking at them. Like, it's just a very intelligently done deck. And for as simple as the images are, they give you a surprising amount to think about and work with, which I've always found incredibly impressive about that deck. I just think
this one is such a good example of that, like Temperance, where you have the fire and the ice, which is just it's so simple, but it's so clever. And the theme in the middle, it's just really, really, really well put together. Really, and it's deep, like you say, it's very deep for something that's so simple.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a really special deck. So
yeah, I have to admit, that's the only thing that the animals as court cards feel a little bit like a random segue from the rest of the deck. So sorry, I'm replying to a comment, but because there's no animals in any of the others, and then you just randomly have these animals in the court cards, which is as an odd choice. It feels like an odd choice, but
I mean, I sort of get it in that, you know, court cards usually like they kind of specifically represent beings in a way, you know, like they're like a court card feels like the one card of the entire deck maybe that you kind of want a character in potentially, you know, even if it's a non-human character. So I sort of get it. You know, I will say the thing that I do like about that is that it's not enough that it makes it feel like an animal deck to me, you know, like it still has a very, I don't know, they still work for me intuitively. But I do get that, yeah, if you're looking for a deck that has like no creatures in it, you know, aside from plants or, you know, and just scenery, then it definitely isn't a deck like that. So
no, I think it would have been interesting to see how you would do the court cards without some kind of creature. But like, but yeah, I think you do also have a point that it makes sense to have something.
Yeah,
but I mean, either way, I like the deck. It's not like it doesn't ruin the deck for me in any way or anything. It's just I think some of the other cards do have animals in as well. I'm pretty sure the Nine of Swords like has a rabbit in it, doesn't it? Does it?
I honestly don't remember the Nine of Swords in the Spacious Tarot.
Let me try and find it.
So I mean, yeah, I think I don't remember the Nine of Swords specifically.
Yeah, no, it does. There you go. So the Nine of Swords does not. And it's a mouse. How do you know it? It looks like a rabbit to me.
Cute little creature.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still gonna call it a rabbit.
Poor little guy for real. Yeah. Poor little guy for real.
Does it have a long tail?
No. No, which is why I think rabbit.
Good fluffy tail. It looks like a rabbit to me, honestly. Just the hind leg part, yeah, but it's okay. You can. Doesn't
Also,
matter.
Kathy, Pagan Otherworlds for $29 in the used bookstore is pretty amazing. That's a pretty amazing deal. So.
Oh, and the Five of Pentacles has a wolf.
Oh, okay.
So there are other decks that have animals in, actually. Saying, oh, and the Eight of Pentacles has a bee. So there you go. Look, there are other animals in other cards.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just wipe all of that conversation.
All right.
Julie's turn?
My turn. Okay. What should I go with? We'll do this one. This one, the Cracked Amethyst Tarot. And would I be cheating if I then just kind of did this with the together? Because I used them. I paired them together when I was using this deck, but just so happy to have this because I had felt like the Idiosyncra deck was such a unicorn deck for the longest time. So I was very excited when I heard that Jessica Bott was, doing essentially a glow up to the deck because she felt her art had evolved, and so she wanted to redo the deck. And I can see how her art has evolved actually. And I really love the changes she's made and still also really love the Idiosyncra deck. I just love them both, honestly, so I'm glad that she made that available as like a little cute mini. And yeah, this one, I mean, not much else to say other than, yeah, I no problems using it. No problems, working with it. Although what Heather had said before in a previous Three Girls, sometimes it is hard to see the numbers. It gets lost in the image. And my eyes were fixed too. I've had LASIK and but
same.
but yeah, and they're getting older. So back to not seeing as well. But even so, I feel like, but that is such a small gripe. I will take it just to have this deck. And I said before how much I love the guidebook because it's infographic style. That's how she describes the different details and what they symbolize, why they are in the image and have been chosen for the archetype. So I just thought that was really well done, the guidebook. So yeah.
I have this one too. I haven't gotten around to using it yet. It's like the next thing on my list, but it's just been sitting on a shelf unused while I've been using other things. But I'm really looking forward to using it because, I agree. I think it's like her artwork has definitely gotten much more sophisticated, but the simplicity of the Idiosyncra deck is so charming. Like it has its own charm to it, So I love having both.
This is so cute. Like it is. It's the simplicity and just, I mean, that's what drew us to the deck to begin with, right? So, and I do understand, like, yeah, she just wasn't as thrilled with it, and fair enough. And also, like, still, pretty damn good art to me. I really, really enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah. And it's so simple that it works as a mini, you know, you can actually put it into the format of a mini and still use it and read with it, aside from the whole shuffling issue. But so,
Exactly.
yeah. All right. Back to Sarah.
Okay, so this is an out of print deck. Apologies, but I am going to talk about it because this was the standout for me in that my life kind of changed a little bit this year, and so this deck kind of like found its way back into my life, and that is the Art of Life Tarot. And this is a deck that has always been a work deck for me. Like it has always, for as long as I've worked from home, and I've worked from home since 2019, it's sat on my desk in my home office. Like that's how I use it. And at work, I draw a card every day and, you know, just work with the message that I get from that card. But the thing about this deck, and again, sorry, it's out of print. It was a US Games deck. Like it was a mass market deck, and it US print just let it go out. Or US Games just let it go out of print. That was a sentence. Okay. But the thing about this deck, it's really wonderful. It's a perfect just like single card daily draw deck because the box has this little frame on the cover, and you can actually set it up so that you can put the card inside the frame and then look at the card over the course of the day on your desk. So it's like perfect for being on a desk. And then each card has a work of like a famous artwork and then a really, really well chosen quote. And so it just is a perfect deck to give you a little something to think about every day and just a little message to start your day. And, you know, I had gone a couple of years without having a regular 9-to-5 job, and then started to get this year back at a regular 9-to-5 job. And so started drawing from this deck again, because I was actually back to being like at my desk again every day. And just remembered like how lovely of a practice it is and how much I enjoy it. So yeah, I mean, this is a deck that every work day, I spend some time with this deck, and I just really find it wonderful and enjoyable. So, and it's just, I don't know, the messages are sort of a perfect just little thought provoking moment in your morning. And also gives me an opportunity to just start off the workday with a little bit of a like a moment of zen, you know, I guess, which is really, really nice. But yeah, so I wish they would republish this deck because I feel like it would be popular again.
I agree.
So, and yeah, it's just a really great deck. So yeah, the quotes on it are really, really good, really solid. Charlene Livingston is the person who put together this deck and just honestly did a great job of picking the titles or picking the artworks and picking the quotes. So yeah, lovely deck.
Nice.
So that's it for me.
Very nice.
Yeah, great deck.
Okay.
So I also have the Cracked Amethyst Tarot as well. I think it doesn't surprise me, Julie, that some of our decks are the same. It just doesn't. At this point in our friendship, it doesn't surprise me.
So true.
I'm like, yeah, me and Julie brought the same deck. Of course we did. Like, of course we did.
Considering the entire foundation of this series is us like peer pressuring each other into buying decks, like, I mean, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mine is actually in order because sometimes I like to get decks out and just put them back in order for no reason other than I enjoy putting them back in order. I know I'm not alone in that. I know.
No, you're not.
I've done that. Not at all. But
yeah, I've done that for sure. It's like a reset.
It's a
it feels like it.
I have such a specific method for putting decks back in order. Like there's just a really specific way I do it every time. And like, it just, I don't know, it has its own kind of like meditative feel to it. Like that process of putting decks back in order. Like it feels good. It's nice. I don't know. I kind of like trimming decks for the same reason. So
yeah. So but I don't really have much to add that you haven't already said on this one. I really like it. I like the borders on this one. I do. And the fact that the art kind of comes out of the borders. There's something about that I really like. I think if you're gonna use a border, that is how I like it done.
Yeah.
But
It's expansive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't have much to add. I really like it. I think this one and the Spacious Tarot in my head feel extremely similar, to the point where I feel like I need to sit down and actually do a comparison of the two decks in order. They just feel so similar.
I can see what you mean by that, for sure, given that they're not people-based. And I really just need to stop saying that I'm not interested in decks like that, because I have so few.
Same.
And I even made one that doesn't have
You
people.
did.
So I'm just kind of like the biggest hypocrite ever. So just like, I need to shut up.
Yeah, I do it all the time. But I'm aware that I do it. That I'm like, I don't like decks with animals in. Here are all the 15 decks that I own that are animal decks.
Yep.
Here's a question: do either of you two have the Phenomena Oracle by Jessica Bott?
No.
Okay, let me get it out, because
Never
this
had
is the Oracle. Because I know that the obviously the Idiosyncra deck mini goes with the little
Amethyst.
Amethyst Oracle mini, but the Phenomena Oracle is the deck that I feel goes best with the actual Cracked Amethyst Tarot. It's a full-sized oracle, and this is honestly a really cool oracle. Like, it's all about natural phenomena, so it's got like wind, geyser, hurricane, and this is one of those rare decks where I find it decompose. Like, I find it incredibly intuitive, even though it's not like keywords that are like specific to human life concepts or anything like that, but like rainbow, blizzard, and the artwork is very complimentary, obviously, to the Cracked Amethyst Tarot. And it's a really, really cool oracle. So I'm just gonna like plug the Phenomena Oracle here for a second. I've had this oracle for a very long time, and I feel like I've just sort of been like waiting for the Cracked Amethyst Tarot to come along to like go with it, because I feel like erosion, like they're gonna pair so well, and I'm really, really excited to pair them. So so yeah, the Phenomena Oracle is awesome. And I do feel like
Three Girls before.
I probably have.
I think you have. Now that I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh, I think that you've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fog,
Big, so that we can see more of the images.
sorry. Drought,
Yeah.
meteor, like it's I don't know, to me, I just find these images super intuitive, and I find it to be a very readable oracle. So yeah, I like this one a lot, and I'm looking forward to pairing it with the Cracked Amethyst. So just wanted to give that one a plug. Landslide.
Laura's saying I needed a dictionary to find out what some of these weather phenomena were.
Haboob. Like, I did not know what a haboob was, but like I had to look up some of them as well. But yeah, volcano, crystallize, tsunami, fossilize, like it's really cool. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, Phenomena Oracle. And you can see it's from an art style, it's very, very complimentary. So
yeah. Do you know how many cards are included?
It's not a ton. I want to say it's 32. There's 32 cards in it. Yeah. Okay. So, and it comes with just like a little pamphlet with a couple keywords. Like that's kind of all it needs. But again, I do find it incredibly intuitive to read. So for what it's worth, this is a really nice oracle.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so we'll get this out of the way really quickly since it's already been discussed, but I also chose the Bon Sequitur. I don't really have too much to add. I love these backs. Look at these roses. I mean, just this colorway. It's like totally up my alley. And it's just, yeah, everything Sarah said. It's so much fun. And even though, yes, you do have just kind of like time jumps, when it comes to certain scenes and characters, it still feels cohesive. And so that doesn't bother me in the least. And it's square. I love that. I can shuffle it. It's just like, if I want to be in a good mood, I pick up this deck. Yeah, honestly, because even the shitty cards just make me happy just to see them. Like, it just this whole deck makes me happy. So Yeah, like look at this guy.
I love the Knight of Cups in that deck. He just, I'm like, that looks, I want to be there. That looks fabulous.
Or like this Queen of Wands. Like, oh, these characters are just awesome. So anyway, yeah, we won't belabor that, but definitely a standout deck for me. So,
and it really is a great shuffle too. Like I remember you asking me when I first got it, you were like, Sarah, will I be able to shovel this deck? I was like, actually, yes, you will really be able to shovel this deck. It shovels great. So like, yes. Yeah, it shuffles like a dream. So yeah.
I think there need to be more square decks. I really do. That's just my opinion.
I only own one square deck, I think, and it's ours.
Yep, ours. Yep.
I want more square decks in my life. They do. They are nice.
They're super nice.
Okay. Are we on to the final one?
I think this is the final one for each of us. So
yeah.
So mine, I've talked about this deck so many times, and it's an oldie but a goodie. It's a beloved deck for me, but the thing that really made me happy this year is that I got a copy and trimmed it, and it made it so much more usable than the copy that I already had, and that is the Efflorescent Tarot, which I love this deck. And I got the artist, this deck had been out of print for a long time, along with the Little Monsters Tarot. And the artist, her name's Peony Coin Archer, she reprinted it and did a Kickstarter. And this deck is absolutely wonderful. And then I trimmed it so that there's just like the tiniest sliver of border around it. And I think I did an amazing job, if I do say so myself. And I just love it so much. I love this deck. It just is sort of weird and melancholy, and I don't know. This is a really important deck for me. It has been for a long time. I have used it for really important readings over the course of my life, and I'm just so happy that it's back in print. I'm so happy with this trimmed version of it. I just was happy to be using this one. It just is, it's so good. It's such a good deck, and the artwork is so weird and wonderful, and I don't know. I love this one. So anyway, yeah. Love the Efflorescent.
Hunted by that deck.
Yeah, it's special. It really is special. And yeah, but I just having this nice smaller copy that's easier to shuffle and nice and trimmed, and the backs are really pretty on the new ones. They have a little bit of foiling on the backs, and this deck did come with some edging, but I obviously trimmed it all off, and I just the form factor of it is so good now. I'm so happy with it. So so yeah, it was a standout for me just because it was like an old deck came into my possession in a new way, and in a way that makes it much more functional, and that is just the best when that happens. So anyway,
very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Still tempted by that one, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet.
I love it so much.
Okay, Heather.
So my last one is another one I didn't think I would be that interested in, and had no interest in at all until Laura did like a flip through of it, kind of walk through on her channel. But it is the Mindscapes Tarot, which I had a theme. 2025 was clearly a theme for me for tarot decks, and they were all decks that I didn't think I would be in any way interested in. Got them and just was blown away by how much I really enjoyed them. And this is another one of those where there's no people in it, and if there are people, they're like this big, and they're kind of just in the scenery kind of thing. I don't know if I would have ever been interested in this deck had it stayed a majors only deck. I do purely because some of my favorite things about this deck are the minors. Like I love how each minor suit is a story in itself, or like a progression of a landscape or whatever. I think that I just really love that, especially the stones or the pentacles or whatever. I love the progression of that like place and how anyway I'm waffling.
Is that like I'm still going back and forth on keeping this deck because I feel like it doesn't really do anything different for me sort of than like the Spacious Tarot or the Majestic Earth Tarot. So that said, the Pentacle suit in that deck specifically I think is phenomenal. I love the Pentacle suit. So I'm still torn on whether or not I'm going to keep it. Is it different enough? No, but God, I love that Pentacle suit. It's so good. So
I mean, I really like them all. I also like the ones where you have like the one tree, and then there's two trees, and then there's three trees, and then eventually there's a forest. I just really like but I do agree that the spires? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the sword
with
suit
the,
is
with the
very
mountains
confusing.
is harder to get a grasp on
Yeah.
what exactly is happening in that suit with each of those cards. But yeah, the Pentacles is definitely my favorite of the suit. I really like it. And again, I really like the art style of this deck. It's very soft, which I appreciate quite a lot. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this one. I had a really good time with it last year.
I also do really like the sort of point of view perspective of the court cards in that deck, where it's like and it very much reminds me of the Tarot of Oneness, which is, it's a thing that I love about the Tarot of Oneness too, that sort of point of view where you're the character in the card. And I like that the Mindscapes did that as well. So even though there's no people, or not very many people in the deck, like you're still part of it as a character. I think that's also really cool. It has a lot going for it. It's a really
it does.
So,
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very pretty. It's very pretty. Okay, I think I'm next and last. Okay, we'll be quick. Okay, we'll be super quick because I know. Okay, so Tarot of the Guiding Muse. Love it so much. This is kind of like my dissociation deck. If ever I just want to dissociate, I just like pull out this deck and I can embody any of these, personas. And I love the art style of this deck. I love the linen cardstock of this deck, and I just love how personal it feels and fun. And I love that there are cats in so many of the images. Like it just so many boxes for me. So and she, the way she's rendered, like she gives a little bit like yokai. I don't know. Sometimes like her face, like the blacked out eyes. Like I love that. I just so I don't know. She just love her, love the deck, bonded with it instantly. Never get bored with using it. I force myself to stop using it. Yeah. Has its own bag, all the good things. So no surprise. That is probably, my top standout of 2025. So
it 100 feels like a you deck, Julie.
Yeah,
like I love that deck too, but like specifically for you,
yes,
it's like it's a deck about you. Like in so many ways. Like it really is a Julie deck. So
I love it so much. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, we got this done in under an hour.
Under an hour, I know.
I was
We're
worried.
actually really efficient today.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh God, we're each bringing 5 decks. This is going to go on forever.
God, we're going to be here for fucking hours.
Kept it moving.
Oh, we were on it. So thanks everybody for coming to hang out with us and chat with us. It was so great to have you here. We haven't decided on the next Three Girls episode yet, but we will definitely let you know when we have that scheduled. And anything else? We will have a Three Girls bi-monthly catch up for you soon. And I think that's it.
I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. So we shall be seeing you very soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye.